again. What brings you around, stranger? Is it our dulcet tones? Is it our hot takes? Well, whatever does, you know we're here for you.
I don't know about me. It depends what I'm doing.
We do have lives, you know.
Make me, make me the second person in your emergency contact. I don't want to be the first. I want everyone to be. I want the people you trust the most, and then if I'm one of them, make me the very last one. Please and thanks.
And he may or may not show up.
I don't know. It depends what I'm doing and who you are.
This is a great sales pitch.
I said make me last.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome back, everybody, to the Midnight Tokers podcast. As always, it's your local favorite white basque boy, Pachi Pach.
Yo, 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 what's happening? It's your boy, the host with the most, Mr. Smoke a lot of pot. Get your baby mama hot, Arturo.
Anyway, we've got a lot of stuff on the board today, so we're just going to go jump right into it. Would you like to start us off with sports? Has anything good happened? How about that? Should we keep like a track? Like, you know how, like X amount of days without an accident at work? It's just like X amount of days of something not shitty happening to one of your teams.
I think it's like 1 day now. It's been 1 day since something bad. Yep.
Those aren't great. Yeah, for those who don't know, I just did the whole teardrop motion on my face. But
yeah. Fucking.
damn.
I guess we'll start from the beginning. Ice Cube finally gets his respect. I mean, besides being like a forefather in like hip hop, you know, and all that jazz, being an actor, movie or screenwriter, all that stuff.
I love the bit in Straight Outta Compton when he's writing Friday, and you can see him like write like, "You got knocked the fuck out."
Yeah.
I love that.
So if you didn't know, he created his own basketball league. So when like NBA's over, and every other like college and professional, you know, you'll have something to watch in the summer, and it's just like his own league. It's just a pickup game of 3v3 half court, and there's like a 4 point line. So
yes, this hole has been filled.
Yes, exactly, Clay. And like they're probably like at least like half an hour or an hour. You know what I mean? I think because they play like three matches, obviously, because there's different games. But you play up to 50. When you win, when you score 50, and then like if you tie.
I like that. Can I just say?
It's half court too, so.
That's pretty cool. Can I just say, like, can I just, how do I say this? I'm more tolerant of watching a sport if it's like to a certain point level you reach, and
that's not how it is.
I know. I wish it was. I would tune in way more.
Nah.
Because that shit goes on forever.
Nah, I disagree with you.
That's fine. We can all disagree. I'm a very minority opinion in this, you know.
But yeah. So he did that, you know, pretty much everything out of his pocket. And the NBA were on some hater shit. They were fucking what's the shit when you like? Oh shit! They were shadow banning him pretty much.
You banned.
And like, the big three could be bigger. I mean, it's already big, but it could be like even more bigger. You know, with endorsements, because that would be pretty cool. That would help out Ice Cube a lot. But yeah, NBA were on some hater shit, and Ice Cube got like he got like inducted to the NBA Hall of Fame for being cool, because like he created like that basketball league.
Nice.
And now like since the NBA they can't be haters towards him anymore, so they're working on like some contract. Cause like the big three, dude, that's great for like, say somebody who's like Planet Fitness, like street baller, or pick up basketball game good, you know. He just like shows up to like the gym, you know, and like who's ever playing, and he's fucking good, you know. And like even in the big three, you can get a contract, dude, and they get paid pretty well. I think they get paid like maybe 10 or 15,000. Like, can you imagine some fucking random, like, you're some dude who's, like, really good and you're good enough to play for the big three and you're making money now and you were, like, I don't know, working at a Foot Locker or a McDonald's?
So, like, what you're saying is, even if you play, you get paid.
Yes.
Isn't? Mm, that seems like it should be the standard. Because, like, I was talking, I think I talked to you about this before, but I don't think I talked about it on the podcast. So, my family likes golf a lot. That's
Like,
good for them.
sport.
Yeah, shut up. Anyway, I don't mind it. Like, I'm more, I'll fucking whoop ass in mini golf, but like regular golf, it's all right. But they did mention that the Saudi Arabia leagues and shit have been getting more of the greater players because they let them do things like wear shorts.
Yeah, I just learned that you can't wear, you're only allowed to fucking wear pants in the PGA tournaments.
Unless you're a caddy, you can wear shorts. You can see them ankles.
That's crazy.
This is a God-fearing golf tournament, my friend.
That shit's hot too. They play in the warmness.
Oh yeah, we actually saw him play in Hawaii. That shit was sick. But yeah, man, like it's just, and then well that and everybody gets paid. Like even if you show up, even if you don't like place like high, you still get paid. And I'm like that makes sense. Like I mean, if you place higher, you should get paid more, obviously.
Yeah.
But you're still playing. You're putting on a show. You should at least get something. You know, that's kind of how like, well, no, that's a bad example. Never mind. Anyway, go on with what you were saying.
So yeah, it's like a good opportunity for like anybody who's like good at basketball, like to even get a chance, and like with that, like that can even help them even play professional, dude. So how cool is that? You know, you're just some random, now you're like in the big three, and then you get a 10-day contract with a fucking real NBA team. That's crazy. But yeah, shout out to Ice Cube. He got yeah, I already said he got inducted to the NBA Hall of Fame. He got an award, so shout out to that. The Mexican League is back.
There's a smiley face and a not so smiley face up there.
I'm happy it's back, but I'm upset because my team sucks. Fucking shocker. Playoffs are coming. Literally, Lakers are like playing. They're being like mediocre at best. They're not performing up to my standards or like the standards of the team itself because we're a championship team. We have 17 of them bitches. You know what I'm saying? But we're in the play-in, but that's still, like I said, that's like underperforming in my standards. Like if the team was hitting on all cylinders, we should at least be in like 6th place. But we're not. We're in fucking 9th. So we're in the play-in, and the 4 teams that are in the play-in are the Suns, the Kings, obviously us Lakers, and then the Warriors. I'm worried. I'm worried if we get paired with the fucking Kings in the play-in, it's a wrap for us. We're like I think 2-6. That's how many times we played. We've only beat them like twice, and they just fucking stomp us, bro. Because everybody on that fucking team can shoot, and it sucks. Because, oh man, we cannot play fucking defense or shoot the goddamn ball to save our lives. And it's like, brother, you're killing me, bro. Get a fucking rebound. Fucking set plays, man. Goddamn, like, don't just fucking shoot the bitch, you know. If you can fucking, like, drive into the paint, do it, you know, something. Don't just fucking shoot it if you just want to shoot it, but you gotta be sure, man. God. Xavi, he is a Barcelona legend.
I was wondering how you say that name.
Xavi.
That's an X, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Xavi.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, he's cool. I fuck with him. He's Spaniard. Barca legend.
Gets a pass?
Yeah, he gets a pass.
Okay.
Yeah. Barca legend, you know, and Barca is like, yo, can you coach? Can you coach us? And he's like, yeah, man, I'll fucking take the job. And he won them the league last year, which is that's like the set standard for them because as long as Real Madrid doesn't win the league, then yeah. So you know, Xavi wins the league, whatever. This season rolls on, and it's just a fucking dumpster fire for him. Poor guy. Like a lot of their fucking star players are injured. they're not performing how they're supposed to be performing. It's like the Lakers, you know what I mean? But he's resigning because he's like, well, this is fucking lame.
I'd rather not be here.
Yeah, so I'm not like, I could give a fuck, you know. For me, I'm more of a Atletico Madrid supporter, just like casual. As long as Madrid and Barca don't win, just fuck both of them honestly. But they're good as fuck, so they always end up winning anyways. But that's besides the point. So yeah, Chavi's like, yeah, I'm fucking.
See ya.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm seeing ya, because I think there's like two things. One for sure, like even if fucking Barca wins the Champions League, which is not gonna happen, and I'll lead up to that.
Suspense.
It's like it's not enough. Just cause it's like he's just like fuck, dude. I think it's just in both of our interests to if I just dip. So that and Barca's broke. As hard as that, as like you're like but yeah, they're broke. So he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna be dealing with this shit. So see ya. Klopp, he's a German coach, and he coaches the Liverpool, and he's resigning this year for I don't know. Oh, I think I do know actually, because like usually like sports teams will get like some Netflix or like HBO fucking like doc.
Oh really?
Mini doc series, you know, like of their training and like leading up to games or whatever, you know, and I think it really just depends on like say like this is never this is never gonna happen. Say it's Chivas and they have like that a mini doc series. It's gonna be like just because like usually when that happens, it's like a curse. Like after you do that, you just like just hella underperform and just be ass.
Damn.
Yeah, so like Klopp was like, if Liverpool ever gets one of those like mini doc series, I'm fucking out of here. And then like fucking foreshadowing as fuck. Fucking I saw like this was a little while ago, but like it was a video of that, you know. And then it like the video continued and it was like, oh fucking Liverpool's getting this mini doc series and fucking with HBO blah 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 in like 2025, and then so you know it makes sense. So why he's leaving. Where is he gonna go is a good question. I don't know. I don't think Xavi's gonna keep coaching after this Barca season. He'll probably be like still in like, cause like with legends, say like you know my boy Kobe R.I.P. He's like when it comes to the Lakers, he'll give his 2 cents of like what the GM should do. Like oh, what about I'm thinking about getting so and so. He's like, what do you think? And then, you know, Kobe will give his 2 cents. He's like, yeah, man, maybe so. Or like, nah. Or like, do this, try to do this, make this move to get this fucking player, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? So teams always like chime into their old legends and be like, hey, what do you think? What do you think we should do? And like try to improve the team, you know? Pretty obvious, I would say, you know what I mean? Klopp, he could pretty much end up anywhere. But,
I'm sorry. His name's just. I'm sorry. His name's just really funny.
Klopp.
Yeah.
I forgot what his first name is. It's some fucking German ass name.
It's just. I just imagine it's like really fucking long. It just has like all these different syllables in it, and then his last name is just Klopp simply. You'd think it'd be the fucking reverse, where Klopp's his first fucking name. Fuck, you got me curious. Go on, I'm gonna look this guy up real quick.
Yeah, just look up Klopp. Okay, anyways. But, yeah, I don't know. Liverpool, they're like, it's like in the Premier League, it's like neck and neck. Because it's like Man City, Liverpool, and then, oh, fuck, that actually felt good. Sorry, my ankle popped. I forgot who was in third. Oh, Arsenal! Arsenal, those two are like neck and neck, and the league is almost done. But I guess we'll see. Mbappe is finally leaving. Yeah, that's him.
I think it's sorry to interrupt, but like I just found this guy's name. One, this guy like has like this guy's staring into my soul in this picture I found.
He has hella like you should see his smile. I think he has like hella teeth.
He smiles. He looks
yeah,
like
he definitely smiles.
he's not smiling in this picture. But his name, I believe, even if I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right.
Who cares?
Jurgen.
Yeah.
Jurgen
Klopp.
Jurgen Klopp.
Something
Okay.
along that lines, yeah.
Okay. Let's
But
go
yeah,
with
Mbappe
that.
is finally leaving PSG at the end of this season.
Oh, he does have a good smile.
He's finally going to bitch ass Madrid. And to me, yeah, because I'm a PSG fan, it's like kind of whatever for me right now. But like, Mbappe is like, he is the best player right now. Ooh, him is debatable right now. Him and Haaland, he's cool as fuck. Him and Haaland are pretty much debatable on like best players in the world right now. But dude, he's been there for like almost 7-8 years, and dude, I don't know. I think him leaving PSG and winning us the Champions League before he leaves, I'll take it. But yeah, the reason Barca is not gonna win the Champions League is because they're facing us in the in the final 8 quarterfinals. There we go. So it's gonna be PSG, Barca, and for me, this is best case scenario for us. Because the other fucking 6 fuckers, bro, they're good, bro.
Damn.
Like, one of them's obviously the reigning champion, Manchester City. And then Madrid is on fire. Fuck Real Madrid, yeah. But they're on fire right now. Arsenal's doing good. But I wouldn't have mind matching up with them either. But us getting Barca is like best case scenario for us. This is worst case scenario for Barca. It could have been us or their fucking rival, and that would have been like a bloodbath. Maybe I'm over exaggerating, but it's like, obviously Barcelona and Real Madrid fucking hate each other. So if, like I said, if Mbappe wins us the Champions League before he leaves, I'll be fucking okay. I'll be okay with that. Chivas, they fucking make me hate my life sometimes. Fucking hoe ass motherfuckers. We suck. I don't know, man. Like, there's probably like 6 or like 5 games left in the season, and like I think we're in 9th, which is mid. But I don't know, man. Yeah, it's pretty much over for us, I'd say. Like I said, Lakers are fucking mediocre at best, so fucking hoe ass motherfuckers. It's make it or break it. And if we get paired up with the Kings, GG. Unless we pull some miracle. And then I'll fucking have this, like, more of my God complex than I already have over the Kings. Because I fucking hate those cocksuckers. Y'all some hoes. I think that's it for sports.
Informative. Nice.
Thank you.
I like that Ice Cube shit. Good on him. I like when like fucking rich successful people like do other cool shit instead of buy Twitter.
Yeah, fuck Elon.
Yeah. I saw a Cybertruck for the first time on the highway this week, and
Did you really?
Did I not tell you about this?
Did you? No, I don't think you did.
I saw
You saw a Cybertruck?
I saw a Cybertruck.
That's funny. Moncho sent me a fucking snap because he saw a Cybertruck too.
Yeah?
Yeah, so he lives in Reno, so that's probably, it's most likely.
Yeah, well, I was on my way to Reno and stuff.
So you actually saw a real Cybertruck?
Yes, and
what color was it? Was it the standard gray?
It was, yeah, but let me tell you, man, that shit.
What did you feel did you pass it?
Disgust. No, it passed me.
It passed you?
I was seeing it in the rear view mirror.
Oh, okay, you were in the right lane, babe.
Yeah, I was in the right lane. I was just doing shit.
Yeah.
Guy like is about to come up and pass me. I'm like, the front of this guy's car looks fucking weird.
Yeah.
And then as it's passing, the slow realization that this is for real a Cybertruck.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and like,
that's funny.
Arturo, let me be blunt. It looks even fucking shittier in real life. I cannot imagine that.
Fucking bad, dude.
I hope that guy did.
It looked like ass. Don't cap.
That guy, I hope he didn't see my face the whole time because it was just a whole thing of like, disgust. Like I hate. Oh, ew.
That's funny.
And you know what's even funnier, dude? I was telling my boss about that, and she was like, What's a Cybertruck? She had never seen one before. Like maybe vaguely saw it on like news articles and shit, but she doesn't pay attention to that kind of shit. So I'm like, oh, let me show you what it looks like. And I showed her a Google picture, and her first fucking word was, "Oh,
That's
that's yeah." So I just thought that shit was funny. That shit was trash.
funny. Fuck
Anyway,
you, Elon.
yeah.
Yo,
But you know what? You know it's not trash? Music.
that's true. We'll start with My Bay, the love of my life, Galiucci's. I think this is her third studio album, and it's called Orquídeas, and that clay is pretty much orchids in Spanish. That's how you say it, Orquídeas. And I want to congratulate her. She finally gave birth to a healthy baby boy. I was so heartbroken. I'm crying right now. I tear up every time thinking about it. I'm happy for you. I am. Anyways, Bay, great ass album. Amazing. I love her. Shout out to her. Next we got the homeboy, 21 Savage. He dropped his third, I think. I want to say his third studio album called American Dream. It was cool. I fuck with it. Give it a listen to. And then I found a new other Bay, Peak Panthers. She is her.
Hermithy.
She is Hermithy. Uh, she's the type of woman that you'll have a picture of her in your locket while you're fighting in the trenches, Clay. That's the shit. You'll pop it up and you'll look at it, and then you'll look at her beauty and you'll be like, damn, I'm coming home, and then you just fucking out the trenches.
As you're carrying your amputee friend from the battleground.
Yeah, exactly. She's the picture in the locket. But she's beautiful, beautiful woman. I think she's from the UK, bruv. But I want to say she's like Middle Eastern, maybe Pakistani or something like that. She's a beautiful brown woman. Her, and she makes her own beats. She's a DJ, and bro, like Clay, man, she is fucking her, bro. The way she fucks, oh man, the way she fucks. The way she fucking kills it on the fucking turntables, bro. Oh my gosh, shout out to her. I love her. And then my boy, my dog, the man you can never fucking make me be disloyal to, him, the cultural legend, musical fucking genius, Kanye West. Him and Ty Dolla Sign dropped their collab album called Vultures, and it was sick. I fuck with it. It's fucking dope. Shout out to Kanye.
I'm glad he seems to be in a better place at least.
I'd say so. He was
that was some weird shit he was on earlier.
In the making of this album, he was being an actual villain, a menace in Italy, and they tried to stop him, and they couldn't. He's like, "Fuck you, I do what I want." He got hit on the canals, and I don't know where the fuck that shit is in Italy. I forget, but the fucking the fucking boats.
Venice.
Is it Venice? Yes. He was getting hit in Venice on the boats, which was gangster. Cause damn, that's cool. What a guy.
I know this because of the seminal PS2 classic Sly Cooper 3.
But yeah, shout out Kanye. That shit was cool, man. That was a good album. And my fucking dog right here, bro. Schoolboy Q, man. This is his 8th studio album. No, I want to say 9th. Yeah, 9th. But this was like a... Oh, man. I want to say maybe 7-year hiatus, bro. But yeah, I say it was worth it. It's called Blue Lips. Fire. Fucking dope-ass album. My other boy who's killing it right now, that Mexican OT, he dropped his album called Texas Technician. Fire. Fucking dope. And then next we got my boy, 1/3 of the Flatbush Zombies, Eric the Architect. He dropped his 3rd or 4th solo studio album I've never been here before, and it was cool. I liked it. It was something different, like compared to like when he was with Flatbush. But and like I've listened to his obvious other solo albums. Um, they're good. He's dope. I fuck with it. But this one was more the beats weren't necessarily mainly hip hop. They gave me like this house music, maybe like high beat R&B. But it was cool. I fuck with it.
I got a question.
I might have an answer.
So like Flatbush Zombies, since we're talking about Eric, the architect, have they ever had like a TV show or anything like remotely similarly like that?
They had um it was like whatever mini series I guess on YouTube called Zombie Vision. That
Okay.
shit was cool. And it was just like shit they recorded on like video cameras, like they're recording or they're on tour or some shit. That shit is
Okay.
funny as fuck. It's dope.
Cause like we're gonna talk about it a little later when we get to like TV shows and stuff. But like with like rappers getting more TV show opportunities because streaming services like Killer Mike's Trigger Warning, the Vince Staples show, which we'll talk about in a little bit, and like all that. I think they would get a pretty good show. I would like to see what they would do with the budget.
Yeah.
Make it an animated show. Make it like Metalocalypse, but it's just them.
That'd be cool.
But anyway, go on.
But yeah, check it out. And then we got my other dog. He's a part of Pro Era. Chuck Strangers, A Forsaken Lover's Plea. That one was more well, like it's kind of like self-explanatory in the title, more emotional, but it was fucking cool. Beats were dope. And then we got Metro Boomin. Metro Boomin and Future dropped another album called We Don't Trust You, and a single song from that album has caused so much controversy in the past 24 hours. And I just want to shout out Kendrick Lamar, because he's king. That's him. Dope.
He's Timothy.
He's Timothy. But yeah, he was a feature on this album called Like That, and he fucking killed it, bro. Fucking diss punk ass Drake. I hate you. You're lame. And he called out. I guess you can say he dissed J. Cole too, but I don't like using diss on him just because I like him. I actually like J. Cole. He's cool. He can actually spit. But Kendrick pretty much is like, fucking fuck this big three shit, bro. It's just big me. I'm like, hell yeah. Fucking murder those motherfuckers, dude. But yeah, it's funny how one verse can fuck up the game. Choo choo. Yeah, that shit was fire. And that's it for music.
Okay. What's up, gamers? We gotta talk about some sad shit, unfortunately. Everybody's getting fired. Arturo, it's not great out there right now for the gaming industry. I'm not gonna lie.
What's happening?
A lot of people are getting fired in
Yay.
in 2023. Not this year, but last year. Over about 10,000 jobs were lost in the gaming industry.
What the fuck?
Hold
really?
hold up. And I'm looking at the statistic, and this is just from January to February. 8,000 people were let go. That's almost the entirety of last year within 2 months.
Damn.
And it's because of a lot of things, like people bloating their staff to increase shareholder value, and then not being able to deliver. Like, one company in particular, Embracer Group, bought a bunch of these video game companies and shit, or like, video game makers, and they were going to be the publisher, and they were really banking on a deal, I think from like Saudi Arabia or something like that ended up not going through, so they had no money to pay all these people, essentially. And they had like the goal to be like, it takes, it's hard to like have to do that. So it's like, yeah, but like, you, the executives who make decisions like, I don't know, buy up a bunch of fucking studios before you for sure have the funding to fund all of them. I think you should probably get your job fired, fucker. Piece of shit. Yeah, dude, there was like a recent gaming, not like a convention, but like I don't know what you call it, like kind of like a meeting, like meeting of the minds, essentially.
Conference.
Yeah, thank you. That's the word I was looking for. That's exactly it. And the whole vibe there was basically one, survive 2024. Like the prompt from like Halo Reach is just survive.
Damn.
And it's just survive 2024. And then it's also second fuck Embracer. So
What's
yeah.
that?
That's the group I was just talking about, Embracer Group.
Ah.
Yeah, that's the group that bought up all these companies like Volition, the guys who made Saints Row, and then killed Saints Row. Fuck, that one makes me so fucking sad. I gotta play that remake. I gotta will myself through it. I gotta see how bad it gets, but not now. I'd rather play good games.
Damn.
But we'll get there. But yeah, it's not great. Yeah, I put like a couple names on there, but it became so much more because like not a week went by where a layoff story didn't happen, Arturo. From like January to like late February, and even a little bit into March. But like, it's slowing down a bit for now. But the fact that we are almost to what we were at the end of 2023 in only like a couple months, yeah, not great. It's not all doom and gloom. Most of that stuff was from like American companies and shit like that. Like, so Japan's been doing pretty all right. We'll talk about that in a second. So, oh, also another thing, like SAG-AFTRA just completely fucks voice actors over by basically just being like, yeah, like you guys can use like AI voices and stuff, and they can get compensated for it. And like we talked about it to them, only for all voice actors to come out being like, you didn't say shit to us. What the fuck?
Damn.
Yeah. It's just, and I guess like OpenAI is talking to studios this week to help incorporate AI into their fucking movies. And it's like, what the fuck was the point of the fucking strike, essentially? Like, Jesus Christ, people. Animation's going on strike this year, I think. That's what I've been hearing.
Damn.
Let's go. Disruption. Nah, fuck this shit, man. Like, it's always like, it's like literally, bro, you can still be billionaires and shit, but you just, like, it's like.
Yeah, this is what those cocksuckers need to fucking. Dude, you giving a small percentage of your fortune is not going to affect your daily life at all.
Yeah, and like, speaking of which, like, Bobby.
Like, don't you have, like, fucking other fucking, like, because people with money are obviously making money without even, like, they're making money while sleeping, bro. So, like, giving a small portion now, you're still fucking gonna be receiving income regardless. Yeah. So
like, look at,
stop being a dick. Stop
like
being dicks.
It's like we were talking about with like Ice Cube, essentially. Like, look at what he's doing with his wealth and influence. He's just putting together shit that people will like want to see and like gives opportunity.
They try to hate on Ice Cube. Like, if you're in his movies, you're like, oh, he doesn't pay. He's like, bro, like this guy is doing everything himself, bro. Everything that like the fucking the cameras, the fucking getting the actors, having everything on set, all this shit, dude. That shit's coming out of his pocket. So like, whatever he pays you in that movie, at least he's fucking paying you, bro.
Yeah, and not just exposure.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, it's just weird, man. Like, we'll see where things go, but like last year was a fucking phenomenal year for gaming, bro. It was great. But like that didn't really transcend to the ground floor employees, the ones who
actually
do the majority of the work and shit. Like, speaking of which, Bobby Kotick finally left as CEO of Activision Blizzard and shit like that, getting a golden parachute on the way out. I forgot how much money, but like,
damn,
whatever.
That's lame.
And now he's talking about stuff like, you know what? I can save TikTok.
Oh my fucking god. Oh yeah, side tangent. So all of our congressmen and women can't come together in America, the air quotes, the greatest country on earth. There are people, a living wage for work, free health care, just basic human necessities, human rights.
Infrastructure.
They can't come together. They can't seem to agree on that. But fuck, man, they sure can agree on banning TikTok. And I don't give a fuck about. I actually hate TikTok.
I think there are funny TikToks.
There are,
but there's a lot of trash.
I'm not
there's a lot of trash you gotta sit through.
The videos that make me laugh.
Yeah.
But overall, I could give a fuck. I'm not on it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends who fuck with it and are on it 24/7. But that's crazy.
Yeah.
The fact that they can single-handedly agree on that, but fucking other basic human rights shit, they can't.
because it's like the one thing they can't really control, like the news coming out of it, and that's like why a lot of younger generation are knowing more about what's happening in shit like Palestine and stuff.
Free Palestine.
Um, and like they're like, oh fuck, they're learning the truth. We can't have that. So yeah, it's just fucked up, man. Fuck that shit. Again, like it's way bigger than just I can't see my funny videos anymore. So like stop trying to make it look like it's not a big deal, because like they can even just basically like if this shit goes through, really, like it's basically like they can crack down on anybody. That's a bad example to set.
It's an infringement of our freedom of speech, brother. First Amendment, bitch.
Hell yeah. Anyway, enough with that shit. Let's get a little more positive. Let's talk about good video games. Let's talk about fighting games, exactly, and the state of fighting games. It's pretty good, for the most part. Right now, the game I've played a lot, Tekken 8. I'm a late fan to Tekken. I didn't grow up with it, but I really wish I did, because I feel like childhood me would have really liked this shit. And Tekken 8 came out in... Was it fucking February or January? I forget. I think it was January, because that shit came out the same day as Like a Dragon. But yeah, anyway, it came out a couple months ago. That shit was fire. The story mode was a definite step up from like 7. Like 7 was a good structure for a story mode, but like a bunch of shit that didn't really matter just happened until like the end. Like the end fucking like paid off everything, because that final fight between Heihachi and Kazuya was like hype as fuck. So if I was to describe Tekken 7 or 8 story mode, it would basically take that energy from the end of Tekken 7 and just start with that in 8 and then keep going up from there. I don't want to get too much into it because there are a bunch of... It's still relatively new, and if you haven't gotten to the story yet, it's like 3 hours long or 4, depending on how you play. But I like that a bunch more characters got like, more play. Like even if they don't have to be main characters, like the fact they get to do something like fight and help out, that's fucking cool. Characters like King get a big fucking presence where you can like choose him in the tournament scene they got in the game, and then also basically just have like a bunch of soldiers doing a fucking wrestling chant for him as he's taking down like several robots and shit. It's fucking lit. The game's really good. I really like the changes they made to it, although I do kind of agree that it's really offensive heavy. They could use a few more defensive options. Netcode's fucking good somehow. Wish Dragon Ball FighterZ had that. Wow, they've really fucking fumbled the bag on that. Man, I don't even want to get into it. That shit just bummed me the fuck out. But yeah, Street Fighter 6, you're still good. Ed just came out. I like boxing characters. I don't like $6 for a costume though. That's... And Tekken Shop just came up. Now they're like $4 a costume. I think $4 is probably like the most I'm willing to spend. And if like Street Fighter had like the bundle for all the costumes and stuff, I would totally do that. But I don't know, man. Dude, at least it's not $10 for a costume like fucking Mortal Kombat 1. I'm gonna say this. I regret saying a lot of nice things about Mortal Kombat 1, reflecting on it and playing all these other games. Holy fuck, they fumbled the bag with that, bro. Like, there's so much YouTube videos about that shit already, and there's a lot of infighting in the community right now. But, fuck, man. WB really fumbled. WB been fumbling. No more Coyote versus Acme. It's lost. Fuck us, I guess. But hey, guess what?
Yeah, that's lame.
But hey, Arturo, wait. Arturo, wait. We know we just canceled Coyote versus Acme. A really good film that everybody who watched it said was a really good film. But what if we tell you that Velma Season 2 is on the way, buddy?
What?
Velma. Black Velma. The TV show.
Oh, the one that nobody liked?
Yeah.
Oh, Season 2? What the fuck?
Yeah, it's on the way, baby.
That's dumb.
It's almost here, man.
Boo.
Yeah. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you, David Zalazov. Whatever the fuck your stupid ass last name is. I just, like, again, another executive that fucking gets paid so much money. And, like, what are they gonna do when fucking there's nothing left to, like, axe and they have nothing left to sell? Like, what are you gonna do? Also, Multiverses is coming back. That fucking Smash, like, with all the Bugs Bunny, Superman, Iron Giant, and shit like that.
I had homies who would like that game.
Let me discuss how that game left. Like it was an open beta, Arturo. They made that clear at the beginning, and then the open beta's like logo came down. They're like, "Oh, is this the fucking game?" I guess. And they sold season passes. They sold like or battle passes, whatever the fuck they're called. They sold costumes. Like you can put money into this, and then they just took it down because the beta's ended, and that was after like months and months of it going up. Betas don't last months and months, Arturo. So what the fuck happened? And then now they're coming back and they started like a little Twitter thing where it was like like testing, is this working? Like signaling games coming back. And it's like, bro, shut the fuck up. You took people's money and ran for like a year. This isn't cute.
Damn, that's tough.
Yeah, man, like that's fucked up. Like, it's hard to feel excited for that game with all this shit going on with the Warner Brothers. Like I wouldn't. I don't know, man. I wouldn't doubt that game got axed at like the last minute again. But like, again, there's like a lot of theorizing about like why the beta was like not a beta and then a beta again and then blah blah blah. I think it's because of how successful and like popular it was. WB was like, nah, fuck that. You can't take this shit down. Look at all the money we could be making. Unleash the battle pass.
What the fuck?
Yeah, fuck. It's just so fucked up, man. See, but like again, there are good fighting games. Like again, Tekken 8 is fantastic. Street Fighter 6 is still killing it. Mortal Kombat 1 needs to step the fuck up. Like seriously, you guys need to do better. Like most of that content in that game, $10 for a fucking costume. These costumes don't even look that good. The ones in Tekken with the Tekken shop are looking pretty good and they're classic and it's like the ones people want. And Street Fighter 6, even though I don't like to pay for that amount of money for the costumes are fucking good. They're really good. That's why I'm so fucking conflicted. But still, I don't know, man. It's just crazy. Fatal Fury's coming back. There was a trailer for that. City of the Wolves. Inside you, there are two wolves. One of them is Terry Bogard. And I love him. He's great. He's my favorite fighting game protagonist because he's just some guy. He's just some guy doing his best. And yeah, this game looks great. They're like revealed 5 characters. Him, Rock Howard, his protege. The one who has like him and Geese Howard's moves. The Rabuken. That asshole businessman. And then we got, who the fuck else? There was like a girl from the last game, Hotaru Futaba. She's cute. She's great. And then you got Preacha, who's like a new character taken after like Joe Higashi's fighting style, like Muay Thai. And I really like Muay Thai. I think it's a cool fighting style. I always like Sagat in Street Fighter, even though I hate when people spam like the tiger, uppercut, tiger. Yeah, it's fucking annoying, Arturo. But yeah, it's like the fucking his version of like a projectile like Hadouken. It was like Tiger Blast or whatever the fuck, but it's just like all you hear is like tiger.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anyway. And then also T-Zoc's back. Fucking great. Love him. I'm glad. I kind of miss King of Dinosaurs, but I'm also glad he's back to the whole bird motif. So represent. But yeah. Was there anything else in fighting games? Nothing I wouldn't say care about, but nothing that comes to mind now. I might talk about shit later because a lot of games come out, Arturo, and they take a lot of time to get through. The last game I want to talk about is Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, the new Yakuza game, even though it's not called Yakuza anymore. It's called Like a Dragon. It's just, I don't know. The name does not roll off the tongue for me that well, bro. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck that Infinite Wealth means. I'm on the final chapter of the game. I haven't finished it yet. But Danny Trejo's character did, he's not going to come back. Let's just put it at that. It was cool though. I like him as a character. It was weird though. Like the way he talks is like, I don't know. Like it feels like the character, because it's like the video game, looks more expressive in the face. But Danny Trejo, he doesn't sound bored. He just sounds like he's just talking like a normal, chill, like granddad. But it's cool. I liked him in that. Daniel Day Kim's in this game. He's a voice actor, but he's also like a model in the game. But he does not voice act the character who has his model, which is a choice. But I like him in the role he's at. The gameplay's fucking great. It's like a great update on the System 7 built up with the whole shift to an RPG system. Like, I like the whole class system. Like, you can make characters whatever the fuck you want. Or not whatever the fuck you want, but like different cool jobs and the new Hawaii location's fucking badass, bro. It's so fun. It's really cool, like, cause like when you're in Japan, like before enemies attack you, they'll speak like some Japanese, like, uh, "Chotomate." I love that fucking one. I always hear that shit when I played Zero. But in America, they'll just be like, "I'm gonna fuck you." It's
Pause.
yeah, dude, it's pretty bad. Yeah, the whole American shit is pretty great. I kind of wish they treated it like Tekken treats voice acting, where everybody just speaks their own native language, but everybody understands each other. Um, but it's like it's cool what they did and stuff, and they do make kind of jabs at it because like there's a scene early on when like you're getting in a cabbie or in a cabbie, in like you're in a cab and the dude's robbing you, and he goes to talk to the police, and in the Japanese, he's like, "This tourist dude is trying to rob me. Like I need some help." But in America, it's like he puts on the American voice actor puts on, and this dude's Asian too, by the way. Just so I can say this, he puts on a very stereotypical Asian accent and say like, this guy tried to rob me. Like I can't speak English very well, like blah blah blah, like that. So they do shit like that to kind of make it work. So I like that attention to detail. A lot of people have been, we'll say, critical about the voice actor for Kiryu they got. A young that's his name on YouTube, and he's a voice actor who's been in the business for a little bit. He voiced Poochie in Stone Ocean dub for JoJo. He was in the recent season of Demon Slayer as one of the demons. And I'm going to say I don't think he's a bad voice actor. In fact, I don't even think he's that bad in this game now that I played through most of it. I don't think it's my ideal voice for Kiryu. I think he does sound a little too young. Because like Kiryu's like in his fucking 50s at this point. Dude has to sound like a little older and stuff. I don't really blame him. I more blame like Sega casting whoever the fuck did this and shit. But you can tell he really cares about the role. You can tell he like was really hyped to get this, and I'm not gonna like shit on the guy for that. I will say though, and this is not in any kind of mean spirited way, he couldn't sing. Like the songs he does in karaoke are not great. I'm not, but like also, but I'm not gonna lie. Kaiji Tang, the guy who voices Ichiban, love him as Ichiban. He's amazing in that role. He's like one of my favorite roles he does, and he's already one of my favorite voice actors. The man has no rhythm when he sings either. I'm sorry, he just doesn't. Or like, I don't know if they can't sync up the songs right or whatever, but like, it just doesn't work. I have to listen to these songs in Japanese. That's just it. I can't. But whatever. That's fine. The game is great. I'm almost at the end. I'm sure I'll talk about more my overall like final thoughts on it on the next episode. But story wise, it's really good. I like the elaboration on more of Ichiban's past and like his mom and shit like that. And the new characters we got are great. I think they really gotta like revalue like they gotta let Kiryu go eventually, because like I don't think they're gonna let him go in this game either with how they're setting it up. And it's like, man, like I'm okay with Ichiban taking over. Kiryu's done his part, but like they're really apprehensive about that. And it's like every send off, because he's had like 5 fucking send offs now. Like it's time to like let him go, and I'm okay with that. Like you can't really like it's like dude, you can't top him, bro. Or no, that's not the word I want to say. It's like he's got nothing left to prove. He's done enough. Ichiban can take over. He even says that. Like, Kiryu's like, I was there at the beginning, now I'll be there at the end. You know what I mean? I'll handle the Yakuza's past. I want you to take on the Yakuza's future. You know, give these people a place to live after, like, this has happened. You know, because, like, we got to reintegrate to society. We can't do this shit anymore. You know? We can't be Yakuza. We got to be like a dragon now. But yeah, good shit. Great game. Love the series. I think that's it for games so far, at least what I've played. I'm going to talk about anime real quick, and I'm going to go through kind of a lightning round of shows I watched. I did watch this on the last podcast, but I didn't talk about it because I forgot. And that's Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Yeah, that's a good show. A lot of people really liked it. Dude, speaking of which, that Suicide Squad Isekai anime they're making, yeah, that's still being a thing. But no Coyote versus Acme. Fuck you, Warner Brothers. I bet they're expecting that to do the same thing Cyberpunk did, but only for the Suicide Squad game. It's not. There's nothing you can do for that game, guys.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
It's done. But yeah, Cyberpunk, really good. Not a feel good ending at all. That's kind of something I learned. That Cyberpunk, you can't have a good ending. Not a happy one, at least. You can kind of get off like with a few scrapes, but it's gonna be sad. But yeah, no, it was really good. I really liked the kind of like, I guess breaking, like, because it's weird, because like this is an actual term, but like the show just makes it like you're talking about the show, which you kind of are. But Breaking Bad, like how a character like goes from like naivety to like being a hardened criminal and shit. It's like a really well told version of that in like a bunch of, I think it was like 8 episodes, I think. But it was a real quick watch and stuff. Really like tightly made story. The crew was great. Animation was really stylized. Trigger. This is a good Trigger show. I will say that they're still killing it with their animation and stuff. So good shit on that. Classic anime I watched was the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. This show is fucking bananas and also funny, but also very weird. So like it's about like a schoolgirl and stuff who wants to like be weird and see like aliens, time travelers, and espers. And then aliens, time travelers, and espers show up because this lady is basically God and the world revolves around her. Yeah. And the classmate, like the dude, I love this dude, Keon, fucking great. It's I'll talk about this in the next show I talk about, but like he's just the straightest of straight man, bro. Like he has no tolerance for her, but he still has to hang around and help her out with her shit because he starts a club and stuff. And this show's weird because the second season, 8 of the episodes are all the same episode because it was based on a part of the light novel series where it was like endless 8 and they kept going through it. They went for like the same day or no, same week 15,000 times plus, bro.
Damn.
And they couldn't figure out what it was, and it was because the dude didn't do his homework. So it was 100% his fault. But like 8 episodes out of a 12 episode season, Arturo, were the same fucking kind of episode.
Damn.
Yeah. So that I wouldn't say it turned like there's a lot of like shit that disproves that turned people off and like why I didn't get a continuation after that. But for what we got, it's pretty fucking good. I still gotta watch the movie. I keep fucking forgetting to and shit, and like I keep having to do other shit like grind for like a dragon. But I'll get to that later, and I'll probably talk about it on the next episode. But good shit. I love it. Nah, this isn't a classic anime, but it's great anyway. Hellsing Ultimate, the fucking great Kota Hirano series. That shit, like, I've only really watched the abridged of that, to be honest. So, like, watching the original series, yeah, I could tell, like, why abridged was so easy for it. Because that shit is really just funny and kind of zany and shit, but, like, it's so fucking violent, bro. It's, like, the most goriest, not the most goriest, but, like, yeah, dude, it's just hyper violent and stuff, but it's also just really well told. I think it took, like, 7 years for all 10 of these episodes to come out, dude. Because they were like that high quality and like studios changed hands and shit like that. So I can't imagine having to like wait that long. But I watched them all in like one go because I bought the Blu-ray like years ago and just forgot I had it for a while. Same with the Cowboy Bebop one though. But yeah, no, it's fucking great. It's just a good old fashioned tale about a guy who's a vampire and he's just doing shit like killing Nazis. What more do you need? Another show I watched is Odd Taxi, which is a show I think came out in like 2022, and this is a fascinating show because it's like 12 or 13 episodes long, I forget exactly, and it's about a world of like animal people, but it's not a furry thing. It's not a furry thing. Just wait until the end, you'll understand. But it's definitely like a really fun anime, and it's like a really like it's like a mystery noir kind of thing where it's like a taxi driver that gets embroiled in like this conspiracy that kind of involves a bunch of people in town, or like most people in town. Like then other people have like their own little side bits going on in the background, but then they get involved somehow. It's like so fucking bananas how all these people get tied together, but it does.
What a twist!
Yeah, no, it's really dude, the twists in this shit, bro. Like there's like there's a mystery of like the main mystery of the show is like what happened to this girl. Like she got into this dude's taxi and that was like the last she was seen. But like we know for well we kind of it's kind of weird. It's debatable whether the guy did it at first. I don't want to spoil anything in the show. You have to watch this shit, people. But um the more you get reveals and shit, the more like other mysteries start to pop up and like other people's involvement and like what other people know starts to come to light and stuff. And by the end, it's the twists. It okay. Let me explain it like this without with being as vague as possible. It answers another major question so well that you completely forget about the main mystery of the series, and then bam, it hits you with the answer. And it doesn't feel cheap. It literally feels like, holy shit, that was staring at me right in the face, and I just completely forgot about it because of all the other shit that happened. And then it ends, and you're like, damn. And it's a satisfying ending, but it's also like one where, like, yeah, no, I don't want to spoil it, but like, it's an ending where everybody gets a good ending, especially like the person involved with the actual crime. It's bizarre, but it's an Odd Taxi, bro. Odd Taxi, amazing show. It's like one of the ones that just generally is like a really good, but like people just it was just not on people's radar because it wasn't like filled with like isekai shit or big boobies and stuff. But whatever. That speaking of that, yeah, go watch that shit, bro. Put people Odd Taxi, quick watch, really good shit. That's all I'm gonna say. But speaking of isekais, I think I'm kind of tired of isekais, except for the ones I already like Konosuba. But like, can we just get like just regular fantasy? Because like Free Ren and shit, that show just proved to me that you can just do fantasy and it doesn't have to be isekai shit. Excuse me, people. I'm sorry. But the other thing I want to say is this anime I've watched is also showing me that you can do isekai elements, like the whole level up thing, or like the whole like weird dungeon exploration shit, but like also be still fantasy and have it work. And also it answers a question of how about instead of wanting to fuck all these scary monsters we find in fantasy worlds, we instead eat them. And that's the basic premise of Delicious in Dungeon. Netflix anime. Or like it's I actually got the first volume of the fucking manga down there because I'm gonna start collecting it. But it's an anime that got popular on Netflix. It's coming out from that. The English voice cast is really great. The girl who voices the girl who plays Nami in the live action One Piece is voicing the main elf girl of the party, Marcel, and she does a really good job. I think she has a good future in that kind of voice acting stuff.
She's hella fine.
She is very beautiful, and you did a very great job in the live action. I think I've said that before, but yeah, you did a great job. But yeah, no, it's about like so basically the party was in the dungeon, and then like they vastly overestimated like the big boss dragon and shit. So the main dude's sister sends them all out of the dungeon for like like the escape dungeon spell or whatever the fuck. So they have to go all the way back in to go get her and shit. And it's basically like a couple of them actually leave. They're like, "Fuck this shit! Like it's up to you guys." So it's Leos, the main dude, Marcel, the elf girl, uh, Chip Chuck, the fucking the looter, or not looter. He's like the lockpicker or something like that. Chill Chuck, I think. He's also got really big ears. He like looks like a little kid Bo, but he's actually like 28 or 29.
Damn.
Yeah, and Marcel's like, "Oh, I thought you'd be older because elves live longer." Oh, and they are also joined by a dwarf named Senshi, who teaches them that hey, all these scary monsters and shit, they're actually pretty fucking good if you know how to cook them. So like that, it's just a good vibe where like it's just cooking shit, and it's like it really does make these monsters appetizing because it literally is just meat, and there's a lot of like really good because it doesn't just follow the main characters; it follows like separate parties, um, at the same time, or not at the same time, but like another party will be going for the dungeon, and then one of the old party members will like have their own new party, and they kind of converge on each other. But the basic premise is still getting through all the floors so they can go and get Leos' sister, Fauna, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's her name. And then shit gets turned on its head. That's all I'll say.
It's one of those kind of animes where, yeah, I was happy at first, and then we're gonna get existential on you real quick. But again, I don't want to spoil too much because it's still ongoing and stuff. I think there's only like 10 episodes out right now. It's on Netflix. Netflix still has good shows when they basically strong arm in and shit. Oh, you know what else? No, you know what? I was gonna end this whole fucking segment off on being nice and shit, but I want to just fucking roast Netflix real quick. Fuck you, Netflix. Like, oh, Delicious in Dungeon, a really popular show that had like, just the manga and stuff that people know about. But hey, turns out when you release a show fucking weekly, it gets more traction because people watch it like together and actually don't have to like wait for your people to fucking binge it and shit. You fucking ruined JoJo for no fucking reason. You can release weekly shows and they will be fucking successful. So fuck you. God damn it, bro.
Yeah, waiting for that other half of JoJo was fucking lame.
It was like 3, bro. It was like 3 batches, I think. And like the last batch was like, that's when the theme changed and like, they were out of the fucking prison and shit.
Everything went bad.
And then kind of good at the end, but everything was still sad. It's like a happy sad. A sappy. Anyway. But yeah, I had to let that know. Like, because every week I hear what I see on Twitter and like people are talking about Delicious in Dungeon, like a new episode that dropped. Wow, what a fucking concept. God, we need to go back to that shit, bro. And then when it's done, you can literally binge it then. You can have the best of both worlds. But like, I would much rather watch a show week to week. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I wanna savor it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if stuff is like bingeable, I'll go for that. Or I'll watch or you could just do it yourself. Like, I'll just watch an episode a day. That'll just be my little ritual, so I can at least get some of it down. That's kind of what I do. So I try to make my way through certain animes like on certain days of the week, when I don't want to play something or whatnot. I haven't been doing that recently because Like a Dragon's ruining my fucking life. But yeah, and my sleep schedule. But yeah, that's it for anime. Got a couple things I want to talk about in movies and TV before I pass it on to you. Wrestling on Netflix. I wrote that before all the shit about Vince McMahon came out, so I feel less good about putting it up there. But yes, wrestling is coming to Netflix. I think still. I don't know. Looking into that stuff kind of bums me out because Vince McMahon is a horrible, god awful fucking person and deserves to not be around anymore in the wrestling scene. Get the fuck out. Get out.
What do you mean on Netflix?
Like the shows and stuff and the streaming will be on Netflix for 10 years. It's like a 10-year contract. We can watch wrestling matches on Netflix.
Oh, like
Raw? Live, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But like, again, all that Vince McMahon shit kind of bummed me out.
That's not gonna change anything.
Well,
I haven't watched wrestling in fucking years.
No, that's fine. But like, I think like if I just had the ability to like, if I have like nothing else going on and shit, and there's like a wrestling show on, I'll fucking put it on. Fuck it, it's good background shit. I like the whole theatrics of it. I just wish like certain storylines were better. But like I said, I haven't been following it too much except for like some certain wrestling channels I watch who cover like story arcs and stuff. I try to keep up with it a little bit, but like, yeah, good shit. Okay, last thing I want to talk about. Last thing I watched. So, movies are a weird thing right now because like, studios don't know what the fuck people want. They're wasting a bunch of money on shit.
We don't want fucking. Hold on. Remakes of movies that have been made already. Stop.
Or sequels.
Or sequels of
Too many sequels.
I don't care. The originals were great.
More Star Wars. More Marvel.
No.
Did you watch the Marvels?
No, I didn't. Oh, that's the Captain Marvel movie. The other one.
Did you watch Secret Wars? Did you watch Secret Wars?
I don't know.
Loki season 2?
No, I didn't see season 1.
Well, okay, you gotta get on that because like that shit comes back. Never mind. Kang is not around anymore. It's Doctor Doom time now, I guess.
Ooh, I do like that.
Yeah, I think so. Oh God, I hope so. Please, we're already putting.
That's a show. They're gonna make a Doctor Doom show.
No, well, Doctor Doom might be the main villain in the MCU, but
well,
even then,
cool.
I don't care anymore.
Yeah,
I just
don't care anymore either.
But with that being said, like I love movies. I've loved movies my whole life. I love the making of movies. I love just like the vibe of movies.
And it's been a while since I've had a movie that just hits me on every level. But then, where I look to America, where everything's shit right now, I look to a different side of the world, and I look to India.
God.
This is a good thing, Arturo. Just relax.
Oh no. Not their street food. Don't want none of that.
I've had some that's good, and I've had some that didn't go down well. But I'll just chalk that up to shitty cooks. But we're not talking about Bollywood. We're talking about Tollywood. There is a difference. It's like different regions and shit. There's a bunch of woods in India. They all have their own little film industries and stuff. I'm not going to get into it too much because I don't know a lot about it. I just know Hollywood and Tollywood. And this is a Tollywood movie. And this movie is called RRR. Or Triple R or R. This is a movie made in Tollywood. It's also called in America Rise, Roar, and Revolt. And it's also on Netflix. This is where I watched it. What this movie is a 3-hour long historical fan fiction epic about two real life Indian revolutionaries in the 1920s
who may have or may have not like met each other.
Yes. And this movie poses the question, what if these two guys did meet each other and became the bestest of friends and also were basically John Wick and Yakuza heroes? Yes. Arturo, the insanity in this fucking movie. The scene where they meet, where it's like they're on a bridge and there's like a train blew up and it's like hanging over like the bridge and shit and it's gonna land on a kid who was just fishing and stuff in the river, and then this like one of the dudes on the top. Also, can I just say like the representation in Western media of like Indian people has not been too great because like we all know the convenience store stereotype.
Yeah.
And like they're not played as like they're not shown as like traditionally attractive men. Not in this fucking movie. These are some fucking handsome people, man. There's also some very beautiful women in this shit too.
I love beautiful women.
Yes.
It's my favorite thing.
Yes.
One of my favorite things.
Yes. There's a lot of things I think you would like about this movie, Arturo. And so they're on the bridge and shit, and like one just sees the other, and one's on the other side, or like on the bottom and shit. And they just know that they have to save this fucking child without saying words. They
just telepathically link. Like,
essentially, bro. Like literally, like they both get on the bridge. They get a rope. One's on a horse. One's on a motorcycle. They go off the side in the middle of the bridge. Like they all go close to each other, swing off, and then swing with the rope they had. One picks up the kid, and one throws the flag to the other dude to cover him from the flames when he swings back. And then the dude gets the kid to safety, and they both make it out, and they both like just grab each other's like hands like a fucking handshake, and that's when you get the title drop, which is an hour into this movie. This movie starts off with like, okay, this movie is basically like super anti-colonizer too, which is fucking great.
I agree with that.
Yes. So the basic premise of the movie is a little girl named Mali is like this is like 1920s where the British are basically occupying India, and they're into like a little village. It's like the governor and shit and his wife, and the wife's being like, she's having like her hand painted on by the native lady like Mali and stuff while she's singing this like really beautiful song, and the governor comes back after his hunting trip out in the woods and just a bunch of dead deer, like basically just like, yeah, I caught this shit and stuff, like treating them like shit. And like his wife is like, I really love like this village. It's real quaint and shit. And I just love this little girl. I think she'd be great for the mantle. So they basically just throw 2 gold coins at the girl's mother and take her away.
Lame.
Yeah, the mom does not take it well. And like she's about to be like she's like tries to stop the caravan. Like the girl's crying too. She does not understand what's going on. And neither do they really, because like they don't know what the fuck those gold coins are for. But she's trying to stop the car, and like one of the soldiers is about to like dome her in the head with a gun. Like just like shoot her. And the governor gets out, he's like, do you know the cost of a bullet? Like that is an British bullet made in a British factory, shipped over here by British ships. By the time it reaches your gun, it'll cost like 3 shillings. And you were gonna waste it on brown rubbish. So the guy's like, I understand, sir. Grabs a tree branch, bam! Bats that woman in the head.
Damn.
That's R1 of the prologue, which is the story. Then the second R is the fire. And that's one of the main characters, Raju, who is working. This opening is basically like, this dude is like a Indian officer in the British Army. And he's like way cooler than all the other fucking Indian dudes and like even the white people in the army. Because he's actually like, they're basically like guarding an outpost and there's a big fucking mob out there. And one of them throws like a rock at the fucking picture of the king. And like the officer's like, I want that bastard, arrest him. And everybody's like, no, fuck that. We're not going out there. This dude does. And he basically fights 1,000 fucking people at once just to get to this one dude. He is engulfed by a mass of people to which he then fights each person one-on-one, like basically fighting his way. All he has is a fucking baton, by the way. And he's just fighting this dude, and he does eventually get that dude and bring him back. But he doesn't get the promotion. And he just looks at the fucking castle with just seething anger. And it's just...
Yeah,
you're like,
I'd be mad too if
it's
I
like,
fought
but like, why
1,000 people and I got a promotion right after.
But it also brings up the question, why the fuck are you with the British Army? Or the British, like, yeah, the occupiers and stuff. So hold on that. And then the third R, the water. And this is the other main hero, Bahim. Although he goes by Akhtar because...
I like Bahim.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No, dude, these guys are legit. Bahim's fucking great. And his scene is basically him fighting off a wolf and then a tiger.
What a savage.
And they subdue the tiger. They don't kill it, but he's like crying to it, and he's like, I'm using you for my own personal need. I'm sorry, but like I will set you free. You're like he's like really sad about it. And like what this dude is he's from that village that they took the girl from, and like one of the ambassadors, for like the villages of India, talking to like the British people, not the governor, but like his like underlings and shit, and they're like, hey man, like these people, like this group of people, they have like kind of a tradition or just, codes they live by. They're like sheep. They really like to be in a herd. And when someone goes out of that herd, it causes them great distress. And they're like, so?
Yeah.
Fuck you. And it's like, you guys don't understand. They have a shepherd. And he's coming to get that girl back. And they're like, you expect us to be scared of like one man? This one man's going to take on the British Empire? You have no idea, bro. When he sees the little lamb in the tiger's mouth, he will stop at nothing to free her. Nothing. And that's what Bahim is. He's there in the city, undercover as Akhtar, like a Muslim man, to like get information and stuff. But he can't reveal who he truly is. Like a British dude, like he's working undercover at like a motorcycle repair shop, and a British officer just like whips the shit out of him because he thought he made him look like a bitch to like in front of his girl because he couldn't start his motorcycle. And they're like, why didn't you fight back? And he's like, I can't like risk revealing who I am until I can get into that place and find Molly. So yeah, that's the basic premise, and these two meet. But oh yeah, and the fucking officer, the British start to take it seriously, and they're like, okay, we gotta find this dude, Bahim or Akhtar or whatever. They don't know he's Akhtar. I'm sorry. We have to find this dude and bring him in. And the wife, the governor's wife. By the way, the governor's wife is the same chick that played that blonde-haired Nazi woman in Indiana Jones 3: The Last Crusade.
Oh no.
So she really knows how to... Oh, also, none of the British people are played by British people in this movie. They're played by Irish people. Because who fucking better to know what they did?
That's funny. Shut the Irish.
Yeah, we love you, Irish people. You have beautiful women and beautiful land.
Potatoes don't taste good unless the Irish are free.
Facts. That was beautiful. But anyway, yeah, and then like so the governor's wife is basically like, anybody who brings this man in alive will be promoted to special officer. And that's when the fucking Raju's like, I'll do it. And the dude who like saw him beat up like 1,000 people, like he's like, nah, he can do it. Like this dude, you guys don't know. Yeah. This fucking dude could do it.
He's legit.
And so the whole, like, again, and then that scene where they become friends, that's like, after all these like things, and they just meet each other, but they don't know, like Raju doesn't know that he's Bahim, and he doesn't know that he's after him. So it's like there's like a song that plays after they meet that's basically like, in Indian, but it's basically just saying like two best friends unaware of each other's destinies. Will their fates intertwine? It's like, it's so fucking good, bro. There's such an earnesty to this movie, Arturo. Like, the other thing is, like, why it's called RRR is because, like, it's the... Yeah, see, like, it's either R, or it's like either RRR, triple R, or whatever the noise you just made was.
That's the noise you make that's the rolling of the R.
Yeah, you do it. I can't do that, so I appreciate you doing that.
Triple.
Yeah. So like the whole movie is basically that. There's a fucking dance off where they make a bunch of white aristocrats look like shit. There's a love story between Bahim and the kind of love story, but like more like he's trying to get into the castle, but he does care about this, like the niece of the governor, who's like the one white person who's not a piece of shit to the Indians.
Yeah,
she's cool, which is like, it's kind of like you had to have like a character like that.
Oh yeah, there usually is, out of the fucking bunch, there's usually that one that's like chill.
But she pulls through in the end. I don't want to give away too much of this movie, like the last act and stuff, but I'll just kind of hit some bullet points. Like again, the whole dance number aristocrat party. When you understand why Raju is doing the things he's doing, like how he's a revolutionary in his own right, because like after like a certain point, like there is a scene where Bahim drives a fucking semi truck and Akira slides it into a rich fancy British party, to which then the truck is filled with tigers, bears, wolves, and all those other animals that he was capturing out in the woods. So they all fly through there as he's gotten the two torches, and he basically just has them all maul these British soldiers and shit so he can get into the palace. But like, and like that's another point in the movie. That's when I was like, how long is this movie? I was at the halfway point. That felt like the fucking ending of the movie. This is like a trilogy condensed into one movie with all the fluff taken out in the best way. Like, this movie is 3 hours or so. It wastes no time. There is not a second of like lull in this movie. It is just going. And like that dance number was plot critical too, by the way. He wouldn't have made it into the palace otherwise. But and then when you get and then like again after like halfway through this movie, you get like a 45-minute extended backstory of like Raju, and then you're like, yep, everything you did makes fucking complete sense now. Holy shit. And then like there's a term I've learned in Japanese, which is kyodai gatai, which translates to brotherly fusion or brotherly combination. There is a human mech in this movie where a guy is sitting on another guy's shoulders and they're just kicking British people's asses. It's fantastic. This is a 10 out of 10 movie. I love this fucking thing. All the animals are CGI, by the way, and I'll describe it as a CGI that is good enough. Like, you can tell it's fucking CGI, but when he throws it at when he like literally throws a tiger at a British soldier, you kind of forgive it. It's like, I would rather see that than like stop being these fucking Marvel movies where everything's on a fucking green screen and shit. This movie's on a green screen, but at least it's fucking honest. Like I said, there's earnesty to these fucking movies, bro. There's earnesty to this shit. Like, the RRR is basically like, I forgot to describe that earlier. The RRR is the two main dudes who play like their characters. That's like part of their names is an R, and the director is an R. And these are like the three most famous like actors and directors. The reason these two weren't in a movie together already is because no studio can afford both of them at the same time. And so when this director fucking got them together, like, that was basically it. And they were like, we're gonna call this shit RRR, and you guys can either understand that or you can get the fuck out. And like, you see, like, I learned a lot of like Indian traditions from this movie too, like where in theaters, like, part of the whole thing is like throwing confetti and stuff when like hype shit happens. And like, there's like the last dance number in this movie, like the credits song. That's like, there's like a dude that appears at the very like end before like the big like, last verse and shit, and I'm like, that dude wasn't in the movie, what the fuck? And then it turns out that's the director, and when I watched it in the theater reaction, everybody was like, holy fucking shit, it's that guy, oh my fucking god, like nobody does. Like if Christopher Nolan showed up in Oppenheimer, nobody would fucking throw confetti and shit. It's not like when you see Tony Stark in like Avengers, you don't throw fucking confetti and shit. This is how much this shit means to those people, man. And you know what? God bless them for it. I am super down to watch more of these kinds of fucking movies. But yeah, that's my take on RRR. Fantastic movie. Arturo, did you watch anything?
I did. I watched all of Tosh Final.
That was a trip through a decade.
Cause I watched this shit when I was like first out, dude. I was like 12, dude.
I think all our kids in our generation did. He was
like 2008, bro, 2009, and then
he was a staple in every American's household, whether our parents wanted it or not.
You know, and then I watched it all to like where I last remember watching it, and then it fucking once it got to like 2014, it was just the fucking flashbacks I was getting like back in high school, bro. I was like, dude, I remember exactly where I was during this time, dude. And then I got up to the fucking pandemic, dude, and that one was just fucking crazy. It's just like, fuck, man. But it was dope. Tosh is one of the few cool white people out there. Vince Staples has his own show on Netflix called The Vince Staples Show.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but like, wasn't the last season to Tosh like a tribute to his dog?
Yeah, his dog died, bro, and that dog was in almost every episode, bro. GG.
Also, if you want more Tosh Final goodness, I highly recommend his podcast he started, where he just interviews random people he's adjacently knows.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like
they're not famous. They're just like normal people like you and I.
Like literally, like the first episode is his wife's gynecologist.
That's funny.
And like I really like that concept for a show. One, because Tosh can pull it off. He's just got that, like the shit he asks these people with the straight face he has. Like only he can fucking pull it off. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just interesting seeing like these average people like through the lens of like Tosh.
Yeah, it's like what's your Monday morning like? No, I gotta do some paperwork.
Yeah.
Some abortions sometimes. I don't know.
Because like outside of like a couple podcasts about gaming and stuff I watch, the only real ones I watch outside of that are like the Danny Brown show that he does. And
I fell off of that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like the newest episode I couldn't watch because like it was like Skype kind of thing. And like I can't stand the dude's voice. I'm sorry. Not Danny Brown. His voice is great. But
whatever the dude he was in.
It was like I'm looking at it right now. It's like Youngblood.
I don't know.
Like some British dude and shit. I couldn't stand it. The rest of the episodes are all right. I just really like Danny Brown. I think he's a cool host. I wish he had his show back, like the one he had on like Vice. I think, like Danny's House. That shit was fantastic.
Yeah, but he was hella fucked up, dude. He was definitely He was definitely on drugs during that time.
Yeah, that's.
So him being sober now is better.
Yeah, that's great. That's another thing. Shout out to him for doing that shit.
Yeah, sobriety's lame.
I just like but like I'm glad he's in a better place. I'm glad he's doing good and shit. Like his new album was out.
40.
Yeah.
That one was dope.
There's like one I saw like a thing he tweeted out the other day where it was like Dan Brown versus Danny Brown, and it was like I don't know who Dan Brown was. He was just like some like white dude in a suit, and like Danny retweeted that saying like, not gonna lie, Cook could probably kick my ass. Like he even said like he doesn't want like Def Jam or to be in Def Jam to make a new one. 'Cause he's like, I don't want people beating my ass. Fuck that. Fair enough. Like that's the other thing, bro. Like I was watching like Maximilian, like a fighting game YouTuber I like, who was playing Tekken, bro, and like one of the customized characters was like him, bro. It was like his hair, the shirt, like it was literally like him, and he just kind of stood there like in silence, just like, huh. Like, imagine that, Arturo. Imagine you're playing a fighting game, and you're not even like a famous YouTuber. You're just playing it for fucks and shit. And you go online, you fight a dude, and their dude looks exactly like you.
That'd be a trip.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That would freak me out. Not gonna lie. But anyway, but Vince Staples has a show now.
Yeah, it's dope. It's funny as fuck.
I did catch a little bit of this as Arturo was watching it. Two notable moments was when a bank gets robbed, but the robber actually knows Vince Staple from childhood.
Yeah, and then Vince is the only one that can like do whatever he wants, while everyone else is a hostage.
Yeah, literally everybody's on the ground. He's just making himself a coffee.
Yeah.
And then the other episode where they go to a bizarre amusement park, to say the least. Like that felt the most like an Atlanta episode. And I like God, this show does kind of feel like a need that Atlanta left, man. Like that style of like storytelling. I haven't watched the show to full yet, but it's on the list and shit. I'll get to it after I finish this fucking goddamn game. It's so good, but God is taking over my life. But yeah, that show is really good. How long was it again? Like 6 episodes?
I think they dropped more episodes recently.
Really?
I haven't seen.
Okay.
I need to look at it.
We'll look into
I
it.
think I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Vince Staples show's dope.
Yeah.
Fuck Paramount. Fuck you guys.
That was on there for a while.
I fucking hate Paramount as I use it almost every day. You guys need to fix your fucking home screen, bro. Like, come the fuck on. Why is everything laggy? Literally every other fucking streaming service I have is not laggy. Does not have a laggy fucking home page. So, like, what the fuck is up? Especially because, like, I was watching the Super Bowl on Paramount, dude, and then it fucking crashed. And then it just stopped working, just in general. So I missed the entire third quarter, pretty much all of the fourth quarter. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? And then I restarted my PS4, and that's what fixed it. So, fuck you, Paramount. You fucking suck. I hate you. Damn you for having the Champions League. God, I hate you for that. But I have to watch it. And Mexico plays tomorrow, so I'm gonna be on Paramount tomorrow. So
Fuck this job. Goes to work.
yeah, I know. Fuck you, Paramount. Fix your shit. And then I watched another show on Netflix called Griselda, and then that's pretty much it's like a bio doc of Griselda Blanco, and she's pretty much like one of the first like female like head nauticalists, and she's Colombian. Sofia Vergara played Griselda.
She also executive produced the show, right?
Yeah, she did. I think so.
So she was really passionate about this. That's great.
Yeah, it was fucking dope ass show. It does not have a happy ending.
I did not expect it to.
Yeah, so yeah, it's fucking dope. I liked it.
Nah, man, Tony Montana was right. Going on to Blaze of Glory was the happy ending.
GG.
Jesus Christ. No, that's good, man. But yeah, that's about it on the board. But unfortunately, we got one more thing we got to talk about. Because this month, on March 1st, famed manga creator Akira Toriyama, responsible for stories like Dr. Slump and Dragon Ball, passed away at the age of 68.
R.I.P.
It
R.I.P. bro. Shout out to Akira, man. You made my childhood. You shaped pretty much like my whole like how I am as an adult now. I fucking love you, bro. Like the thanks. I can't even. It sucks. But people like me and just fans all over the world will keep your story alive, and yeah, man.
I will say I
love you, bro. Thank you for everything.
Yeah. I will say I love the fucking just the whole like Twitter trend of like it's gonna be nothing but Dragon Ball posting for the next few days, and if y'all don't like it, you can get the fuck out, because that's how it's gonna be and shit. Because like literally, bro, like this dude beyond Dragon Ball was so influential. Like Dragon Quest, one of the seminal RPG series that put that kind of genre on the map. All character designs were done by him. He made Slime, that blue thing, like
the slime.
Yeah, literally, like they yeah, exactly. The most iconic dude. Perfect marketing. They made a controller out of him. That was him.
They did?
Yes.
That's cool.
It's funny. I like it a lot. I want one. But like, then he, you know the poop emoji?
Yeah.
He made that. He didn't make
on the iPhone.
No, he made like the joke about that the poop emoji is
literally from Ariel.
Yeah.
Arale, because she liked to play with pink poop.
Yeah.
For no fucking reason.
I think it's from that, but he definitely is like responsible for that conception of it, and that's directly what the poop emoji was based on.
Dope.
Um.
Yeah, dude. Just for you haters, I'm talking to you and specifically, fucking, there would be no Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, except everything you like would not be created without the influence of this man that we're talking about right here.
Exactly, because like all the like the letters manga creators wrote about it and stuff. Like Oda and Kishimoto releasing them on the same day and stuff. Like you can say whatever you want about Naruto. We're not the biggest fans of it, and that's well known. I will say I appreciate Kishimoto's words.
I really do. I really liked what you said, man. Like, I understand. I might not like your work, but I appreciate what you said about dude, because I know he really influenced you, and like I said, who wasn't influenced by fucking Akira?
Yeah, literally, like even Oda, bro. Oda's whole
dude, that Oda's fucking that shit fucking made me tear up, dude.
Yeah, like when he, like the ending line when he says, "I hope heaven is as like wondrous as you envisioned."
Yeah, that shit fucking that hit.
Yeah, it's like these are like that's the other thing I really appreciate about Akira Toriyama is that he was never high on himself. He never treated himself like super seriously.
Exactly. And he fucking like he disliked when he's like, oh he was pretty much he played Dragon Ball off like it's like no big deal. He's like, it's I. It's like, bro, it's more than I, man.
He didn't even watch the anime that much. Like,
really?
He just signed off on it. He's like, he check in, he make decisions and stuff.
Right.
Like he just didn't.
He got no my shit.
he got an award for like it's like some award to do with like anime culture and stuff like that. Like he got an award. He was embarrassed because he was like, I don't know if I'm the kind of person that should accept this award, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, like the little like Me in Paradise drawing he did, where it's like his Toribot OC, like represent him in his like stories. Is like him smoking a cigarette, like little senbei crackers, a model car kit, and him reading a dirty magazine.
You like me for real?
I know, it's so good. And like, but also like, he always raised others up. He was never like, because I heard this analogy before where it's like in wrestling and shit, you have like two kinds of people. Like of course the Undertaker and stuff. Like people compare like the Undertaker to other wrestlers as like the Undertaker. Like they're like two mountains. The Undertaker on one mountain being like throwing ladders and ropes down, being like, "Come on, guys, let's come up here, let's make some good money," or like let's like get you guys some shine and stuff. And then on the other mountain is everybody else who's throwing boulders and shit down, being like, "Get the fuck off my mountain," like that kind of thing, bro. And that's in like every kind of profession where there just are people who are like, "I made it up here, so fuck all you. You ain't taking my spot. Like you ain't nothing." And then there's people like Akira who are like, "No, I've had my time in the shine. I got nothing to prove left. Let me elevate you. Let me give you advice." Like Bleach would straight up not exist without Akira Toriyama's input. Because like Kubo sent that in, like a one shot and stuff. It was pretty much like rejected or just like didn't favor well by the editorial at Shonen Jump. So he was really discouraged. But Akira wrote him a letter because he saw Bleach and he's like, "Hey man, I think this has a lot of potential. You should like keep putting effort into it. I know it's hard to get discouraged when you don't get accepted right away, but like, don't let that discourage you from trying still." And he took that to heart, and he did it again. And Bleach became as popular as it did. And
yeah, it came back.
Yeah, I know they came back.
A pretty long hiatus.
Yeah, let's pick this shit up again. Let's do this. But yeah, and then Kubo's little letter on his website about Akira too. Like he had a more like optimistic look. Like he's like, "I'm gonna choose not to be sad as much because I know he wouldn't want that essentially." And that is the thing. Like Akira, I feel like he wouldn't want us to be too sad for long.
No, he doesn't want us to be sad.
Like, again, like Dragon Ball Daima is coming out later this year, I believe. And just like we're getting forgot to talk about this in games. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero fucking looks lit.
Yeah.
Like we're getting everybody.
Yeah, I have to get a fucking PS5 now.
Yeah.
Fucking fuck Nick motherfuckers. But hey, it's alright.
Yeah. We still got time. But like, yeah, dude, they released like the new trailers recently, like Power versus Speed, and like the gameplay and stuff. I really like the gameplay and how it looks. Like that really feels like a fucking Dragon Ball simulator.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And like they got like the fucking like one of the not Sailor Moon girls from the Tournament of Power arc in there. I'm like, oh fuck, we are getting everybody. Like just do and like we're getting more DLC for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot too.
I saw a fucking little thingy that Vegeta's gonna have Ego. That's so sick.
Let's do it. we're so like, man, it's like a new hair color. Like, yeah, it's just a new hair color. It's like, yeah, it's a new hair color. Fuck you. It's still hype. Fuck. Like that's the thing, bro. Like you don't even have to like. I would say this. You don't even have to like think Dragon Ball is the greatest thing ever.
Which it is.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah. Fair enough. But like what I mean is like it doesn't have to be your. Let me rephrase that. It doesn't have to be your favorite thing. You know, you're allowed to like something more than Dragon Ball. Nobody's not saying that and stuff. But you at least have to put respect on Dragon Ball and what Akira Toriyama did. Because like people like I saw like Twitter people and shit like that trying to get clout for being bitches and shit.
Haters.
Yeah, haters exactly. Where it's like like my shit would still exist without Akira Toriyama. Like he was like just like he made like one thing like he was a one hit wonder blah blah blah. And it's like yes, shut the fuck up. Doctor Slump was like new for Shonen Jump. Like you see like people compare like the cover page to the first chapter compared to like all the other series of Shonen Jumps that look similar in art style, but that was just more like the time. His was so unique and different. And like the fact is like, yeah, you know what? We live in a world, there could be a world where we live in where Akira Toriyama didn't make Dragon Ball and something got inspired by something else. But we don't. We live in the real world where that shit did happen and Oda and Kishimoto and Kubo, the big three that came out after him, literally
Everything else that you like.
Yeah.
Every little other thing.
Everything like that gets referenced is from Dragon Ball. He like the whole like manifestation of chi being like an external like power source, for beams and stuff like that. That comes from Dragon Ball too. That was like the first major representation of that in like manga and media. Like and he did, like the fact is he also did this and he didn't even really realize it at the time. Like he made Super Saiyan Goku because he's like, fuck this. I'm so sick and tired of having to color in Goku's hair every fucking week. Fuck this. I'm giving him a new transformation. And it changed everything.
Yeah, Goku turned Super Saiyan.
That changed world history.
It did.
Like, dude, and like not only that, I don't think it's like we can't underestimate like Dragon Ball's impact, not only like Japan and like the United States, but Mexico. Like, holy shit.
It's pretty much all of anybody who speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday I saw this like huge ass Akira Toriyama mural that someone made in Peru. This shit was cool as fuck. But yeah, this shit's influential, bro, globally.
Like literally, they were.
If you don't know, look, you can totally be like a noob and not know a fuck thing about anime or manga or anything. But if I show you a picture of Goku, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I've seen this guy before.
Yeah, he's in the Macy's Day Parade.
Yeah, so...
Again, that's how influential it is. Like, again, like, let me share my little experience. When I didn't know what anime was as a kid. I watched Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, but I didn't think those were, like, different shows than what I usually watch. They're cartoons.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Piccolo on TV once. I remember seeing a green dude. But that's about it. And then years later, like, I forgot how old I was. It was, like, before junior high. I know that because that's when we started becoming, like, best friends and stuff. And that's, like, when he showed me Dragon Ball Z Abridged. And I remember the fucking episode because I, like, watched it and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then weeks went by, Arturo, and part of the episode just played in my head. And I'm like, that shit was funny. Let me look that up again. And it was Goku in the fucking healing chamber going, you put the lime in the coconut and drink it all up. And it's fucking that stuck. And then I showed you that, and then you were telling me about OG Dragon Ball. And like, remember when we would get them at the fucking local library and shit?
Yeah.
I would collect all the orange boxes over time, and we would just like fucking exchange those in like the lockers at school. Like, no, we're not. No, like, officer, it's not drugs. It's just anime. This is also.
It was drugs. It was both.
You'll never catch me. Excuse me. But yeah, that's how I got into the series. Funny enough, the first orange box, which turns out isn't the best way to watch those shows, but it's what we had at the time, so fuck off. Like the orange box I got was like 9, which was like the last one.
Oh.
I think it literally started with like the Boo saga, where like that dog that Boo really like got shot.
Yeah.
And like that shit went off from there. But even then, I was like, this shit's cool as fuck. I love Great Saiyaman. I do actually. I like Great Saiyaman. I'm one of those. I like Sentai shit. I like Power Rangers. What do you want?
I don't like him in the Budokai games just because it's not real Gohan. It's his superhero shit.
Yeah, but you have real Gohan right next to
I
him.
know, that's true.
You can have both.
Yeah, you can. I'm just saying I don't like to play as him.
That's fair enough. But like, dude, oh my god. Oh my god, I can't wait for fucking Spartan Zero, bro.
For real.
I'm actually genuinely excited, bro. Cause like I was a little past that. I had the Budokai 1 and 3 HD remasters on like the 360 and stuff. And that's another good memory I have where like my brother brought over his friends and like one of them, David, he was playing me.
David,
Yeah,
cool.
he was playing me in that game, bro, and I had all the shit unlocked. So I played Goku, had the castles. I transformed into Super Saiyan 4, did the transformation into Gogeta Super Saiyan 4, and did Big Bang Kamehameha times 1,000. Or like 100,000 or whatever the fuck it was. It was just like, bro, like
I think it's 100.
he had nothing. He had no chance. That was like, oh, that felt good. That felt good. But fuck, man. Then like all that wouldn't be possible for like this one guy. And when I got that news, like that Thursday night and shit, like I couldn't like really like watch or like play anything. I just kind of sat in silence for a couple hours, and I just kind of looked around into the like room we're in right now, where all my books are and shit. And I had the realization like I wouldn't have any of this without Dragon Ball. Essentially, like that was my gateway into anime, and then it wasn't my first manga, but I have the whole fucking original Dragon Ball and Z series.
Me too.
And a little bit of Super. I'll catch up on Super later and stuff. Also, I want to just shout out Toyotaro, the guy who's doing the Super manga, you know, the artwork and stuff. I can't imagine how you must be feeling, man. Like losing your mentor and stuff. And like you having to have the responsibility of, you know, continuing that series on and stuff. I don't envy that at all. And I think we can all like be a little nicer and more understanding to that shit. Because like he has gotten better with like art and stuff, as like all do. And like if Toriyama vouches for him, I'm gonna believe in him too. And like the manga's on hiatus right now because obviously,
yeah,
which is understandable. And I hope he's doing well. I hope like, you know, don't let the pressure get to you. I know it's a hard thing to say, dude, because like it's Dragon Ball, but like don't let the pressure get to you too much, man. Like you know, like he believed in you, and like people believe in you, man, and that's all that matters. And like again, like thank you, Toriyama, for everything. You know, you're resting up on King Kai's planet right now. And we appreciate everything you did. And yeah, thank you. And that's it. I think, is there even a bar of the day?
Nah. Thank you, Akira, man. Thank you for everything, my guy.
Yeah. Peace, people. Love yourself.
One love.